brothers, I got some background music playing. You know how I do on the radio. I gotta figure out this background music on a YouTube vids type of thing. I'm gonna figure it out. Anyway, so here I want to continue on talk about, you know, the Ethiopian Bible and scripture, and how the Most High has his angels walking all around us right now, just how they were walking back in them ancient days, back in ancient Egypt, Babylon, those times. Ain't nothing new under the sun. That's from Proverbs, right? King Solomon, right? So yes, you know, some of us might not even realize the people that we walk by. You know, everybody's being judged right now. There are angels, the same ones that was in Sodom and Gomorrah, that approached Abraham and Lot saying like, hey, we're about to set this place on fire. And when we look at scripture, what do we find? We find that the current world system, some say the US, but all of the countries follow the West. They follow the US. They call it what? Spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, right? That's what it's called, New Egypt. Aren't we in the United States? Doesn't it parallel to Rome, to Egypt, to those great civilizations of the past that the Most High destroyed for all of their iniquity and transgressions? So yes, we're living in some interesting times right now, and everybody's being judged. The accounting is happening. I mean, it's been happening because the Most High, Elohim, he sees all. He watches the good and watches the evil, but he sends out his angels who are able to manifest into this physical realm. They're able to take physical vessels, but we don't know that unless they let you know, they tell you. And some of them do, some of them don't, but everybody's being judged right now. So fellas, I'm talking from the spirit right now, because I've had too many wild experiences. I've had too many spiritual experiences, and when I look to scripture, I see like, oh my gosh, it was there the whole time. You know, even in the book of Daniel, it talks about what does it talk about? It says how I think Elohim is speaking to Daniel, and he says, shut the book. I'm paraphrasing, of course, I can't go verbatim, but he's saying, roll up the scrolls until generations down the path, down the road, because knowledge will increase, worldly knowledge will increase, and man will follow man. They will not follow the laws of the Most High. So put away this book until the later times, till the latter days come. And what's happening now? All this information is coming out. All of this information is coming out about the world that we live in, and how it's run, and how the elites get down, and all of this stuff, the same stuff that was happening back then in Babylon and Egypt, the sorcery, the magic, sacrifices, all of that stuff that a lot of people like to they like to say, oh, conspiracy theory. I mean, bruh, signs and symbols rule the world, and if you know how to read symbols, or if you know symbology, I should say, you're able to look at certain things and you're able to break it down. You know, Satan runs this world, the Prince of Air, you know, scripture tells us this, but then, you know, people are so lost, and these devils and these fallen ones, they've got the world lost completely, where nobody really wants to be righteous. Nobody's following the laws, you know. Yahshua said, I want to say in Matthew, he said, you know, I came not to don't think I came to like replace the law, the commandment, the Torah. When you do the translation, you see that law in English means Torah in Hebrew. So he said, I did not come to abolish the Torah, the law, and I did not seek to replace the prophets, but I came to fulfill prophecy, essentially. So everything that Yahshua was saying, and everything that the prophets of old have said about the laws, you know, the 10 commandments, that those are still binding from our Messiah, Yahshua. He said that. those commandments are still in effect. So we can't get away from, worshiping idol worship, not honoring our mothers and fathers, lying, bearing false witness, murdering, sexual immorality with adultery. Thou shalt not commit adultery. And what did Yahshua say in scripture? It's been said that, even to look at a woman with lust, paraphrasing, it was said of the old, thou shalt not commit adultery. But the mere fact of you looking at a woman with lust means that you've committed adultery with her in your heart. That's real. That's verbatim. That's from Yah. That's from Yahshua. I mean, so we're in interesting times right now. We're in interesting times, guys. But it's also a time to rejoice though too, for the end of the wicked. And we'll have those of us who make it, who get saved, will be able to rejoice when the new earth comes. It's another thing too that a lot of spiritual channels, or I guess new age, no, I'm not even gonna call them new age, let's just say everybody talks about new earth, new earth, new earth. But that's written in scripture. That's from scripture. All of this 5D, fifth dimensional stuff, or going from the third dimension to the fifth dimension, that's in scripture. It's in Revelations. So once again, it's like us humans, we like to make things complicated. We like to add more stuff to it, when the right way, it's simple. It's just be righteous, follow the laws, love thy neighbor, do unto others as you would want them to do to you. And it's funny, I'm reading through scriptures and reading through the Gospels specifically, and the way Yahshua is talking to the Pharisees and the Sadducees, he's like, you guys want to kill me. You guys say that Abraham is your father, yet you don't even follow the Mosaic laws. You don't even keep the Torah. You don't keep the commandments. Thou shalt not murder. Yet you wanna kill me. And I told you that I only come. I don't come to teach my own doctrine, but I come to teach the doctrine of my Father who sent me. And I'm only here to do His will. So it's so deep, man. It's so funny too, how we've gotten so far away. But I mean, this goes back to this whole semen retention thing, and how powerful this practice is when you stay within the fold of the Most High and you don't transgress the law. I've been reading a lot of Proverbs lately, which was authored by King Solomon, and he asked the Most High to grant him with wisdom. So when I'm reading through these scriptures, these verses, I mean, it's just the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of instruction. And when you follow the laws that the Most High has set in place, only righteousness, only abundance, only prosperity can come from that. And it makes perfect sense. If you do right is going to be done to you. We don't even have to break that down scientifically or anything like that. Let's throw in the science aspect, since everybody, the worldly wisdom, the secular knowledge, okay, let's go to the laws of physics. For every action there's a reaction. Okay, so if I'm doing positive, then I should get positive back. If I do negative, then I'm probably gonna get negative back. Cause and effect, which goes back to universal law. So the Most High has made things very simple for us, but we're in spiritual warfare. Hashatan, Satan, the devil, whatever you want to call the prince of air, however you want to call him, the evil one, with his league of fallen angels, they're literally wreaking havoc on humanity right now. But nonetheless, the harvest is happening, y'all. The harvest is happening. I honestly believe that. I feel that in the deepest of my core, because then you wouldn't have men from all different parts of the world. You got probably cats from Russia, Kazakhstan. You got cats in, Argentina. You got cats in, the UK, all over, in Kenya, in Nigeria, that are embracing this higher level of living in accordance to the Most High's law. They're practicing seed retention because they know that, you know, the draining, when they fornicating, they're doing all of these immoral sexual acts, that it's hurting them. It's hurting their spirit. They're dying off. And when they start retaining, they realize, oh my gosh, I feel so better. You know, my health has improved, my eyesight has improved, my skin, you know, all of these physical aspects. But then inside, they just feel more lively. They're becoming a beacon of light. So, you know, yeah, I'm turning that off. So yeah, they're becoming a beacon of light. So, you know, this was like an impromptu video, because I'm just getting a lot of stuff off of my chest right now. I haven't uploaded a video in a while, so I just wanted to connect with some of the fellas. Whoever watches me, you know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. We all learn from each other. But, you know, I honestly feel that the reason that this practice is being so widespread on YouTube and these other channels on the internet is because this is the harvest. The harvest is coming, the wheats and the tares, you know. The Most High is separating, you know, the wicked from the righteous. And this is a way I think that this is a way of knowing who's who. You know, the ones who are following the laws and they're doing what they need to do. Not to say that we're gonna be perfect, no, but when we're constantly seeking to improve ourselves day in, day out, you know, we might slip, but we get up again and we continue. You know what I'm saying? Versus those who don't want to do it at all. They're completely, you know, they just want to gratify themselves. They want lust to control them. They don't care at all. They don't realize that an accounting and a reckoning will come. They don't. This world has them blinded, completely blinded. You know, they're stuck in the phones, you know, social media, the television, everything that takes you away from the Most High, you know. So yeah, fellas, that's kind of like what I feel right now. Probably gonna be dropping a lot of more videos lately, just cause I got a lot to talk about, particularly scripture. A lot of scripture, boy. A lot of scripture. A lot of apocryphal books, apocrypha books from, you know, the ancient days that need to be addressed. You know, like the book of Apocalypse of Peter. I'm not gonna even name it because there's so many. There's so many. But yeah, fellas, all of my bros out there, continue retaining, continue transmuting, continue to pray, fast as well. Highly recommend that. It's something I've done in the past, but really now it's like, yo, I'm gonna make that a regimented process. Like every Sunday, you know, I'm gonna do a whole fast, water fast, you know, clean out my temple so that that spirit could become stronger. I could really shine light and give positivity and spread positive vibes to those who I come across. Because no man is perfect, but we gotta strive. We gotta strive for the kingdom. Yahshua said, you know, he who endures to the end will see the kingdom. So that's what we're all trying to do. Anyway, I won't yap for too long. I'm already at 14 minutes right now. Fellas, peace be to you. And I hope that everything that you're striving for, that you're trying to accomplish, you accomplish that. Peace.